And good time of day. You're probably going to hear birds and rain in the background as a storm has decided to come through and the birds are annoying as always. That aside, boop. We have a terrible thing to work on today. And I'm actually going to finally get to animate something a little more proper. So, conscribbles. Probably saying that wrong, but sure. Clearly reached a milestone, and I have no idea who's subbing. Alright, so, my favorite program, sprite. I currently have set up a little Nest palette to properly work with Nest sprites, though this is going to be a little bigger than most of them. It's always nice to restrict yourself in some way. So as I had made a comment the other day about Virgil and Ghosts and Goblins, because I have done a project like that before, figured do a little sprite work. So, in that game, Arthur, the main character, has terrible jumping controls. But that aside, he has a standard little run animation, probably a little comical. Something of this sort where the legs will switch. Your standard 3-frame run, walk. Your standing one. Your attack one. He knows. What? And the iconic terrible jump, which doesn't have that many frames of animation, thank God, but it has 2 directions. One where you're weird like this, and one where you're weird like this. So that seems like something I could noodle together in some hour and change and then go back to sleep. So, what I'm going to do as I have put these out, figure out the idle animation. That will be our basis for everything. Oh yes, yes. Now the main question is, actually give Virgil armor? Or just keep her, in a standard fantasy sort of metal plates that are vaguely in this configuration. Either way. Alright. So, in a sprite, let me just see if that's on the screen. Yes, that is on the screen. Down here, you can see my mouse, correct? I believe that should be enabled. I mean, a sprite has its own little mouse cursor, but I don't know if it picks up. I'll give that a few seconds while I noodle. Get my grids set up properly. There we go, 8x8. Okay, so we have a mouse cursor. Mouse cursor right down here. This is where all the magic happens. You add all your layers. We'll just call this base scribble. And then you can add your frames. So, as said before, I'm going cheaply off this. So I'm going to have the idle one, which I will add as a tag right here. If I want to expand it later, I can. Add a new frame. Use that to be just 1 for now. I said 1. This will be attack. Now it shifts itself because that's just how A sprite works. There's still only two. Oh, wrong thing. This will be the move. And this will be a good old 3 frames. The Super Metroid loop, as I call it, because I always think of the how Samus runs in in the NES one also does it too. And the jump is jump A and jump B. So, we have all that. It's moving everything wrong. Let me just, there we go. Because I am going to have a lot of junk on this. Anyways, so halfway point, I have to figure out... Halfway point, legs are going to come down here. But we still have to figure out how much flailing is going to go around. Because we do not want it to be tight on the base sprite. If it's tight on the base sprite, I can't extend past it. Like if the arms flail, and I have the shoulders like back here, that's some tiny arms, even though they would look fine like this. There's a lot of games, older games, where you have the fun of, hey, the sword goes up like this, off the character, the sword goes down like this, and then you have a stubby little thing that goes left and right. Really weird. So, want to get that set up. Now, I currently have this as 24 by 32, which I think is a good base point for how I want the sprite to sit in the world. That said, I'm going to expand it a little bit. Going up here, canvas size, just going to add 8 and middle it. Actually, I'm going to add 16 so I can keep my boxes nice on here. I can go 8 up though. So, center it on the bottom, I get extra boxes around everything. Got that down. The second is, how tall is Virgil going to be? Virgil's arguably 6 to 5 heads tall. That's not going to happen here. Well, it can happen, but then literally face is going to be, what's a good skin color? I think this is the best we're going to get. Face would literally be about good old Lucas Arts. That would be the head size. And, you know, have that over there. Actually, now that I'm here. Not the worst, but not the best. Think Arthur is roughly 3, maybe 4 heads tall. I would say is a standard thing. But another thing to take into consideration is what the sprite size of everything else is, and Virgil's a little small. So, that right off the bat, I'm cutting off another 8. We'll have stuff up here, but yes. Okay, now that's established. It's basically told to us we have either trying to be 4 or 3. I want a maximum head on here so that I can put a little bit of eyes and some expression. So let me take a better one then. Yeah. So let's say our head is going to be constructed like this. Have a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a little large for this. So bop, bop. Something of this nature. That is a face. I think ghosts and goblins have a minorly 3/4 view, so I should be able to get away with something like this for eyes. Which looks a little nice. I can have her hair vents be here. She does have them. They're very hidden. And whatever else I want to have going. Anyways, so we have that. Then we have a little bit of a chibi body down here. Let's noodle that in. Something of this nature. Oh no, if I'm going off a Ghosts and Goblins rule, she's chucking everything. And it's more, somebody with Devil May Cry knowledge can tell me what style that is for actual Virgil. From there. So I know there's a sword, you can chuck phantom swords or whatever. So something like this, whoops, is about what I'm thinking, not entirely married to it, but it is a place to start. Fill in details, get a little bit in there, but that said, let us add a new layer, call it base sprite. Excuse me for a second. How did I get started with sprite stuff? By working in very old versions of Game Maker. And then slowly having the occasional fey moods to try and make a game. I have eventually got some payment for doing sprites in the past. But for the most part, it's hobby stuff. I only really started to look into it a few years ago, I want to say. Maybe 4. When I actually started to research some stuff. So anyways, I like the face for now. We'll see how it goes. Boop, boop. Let me just blink that. There we go. Might not even need this top row, cutting it down. You know what? Let's just, let's cheat. Let's put this up here and do my favorite trick, which is to stretch everything because this is a sketch layer. There we go. All right, puberty action taken care of. Gives us just a little more room to work with. I don't think it'll make much of a difference, but in spriting, an extra pixel is a lot. For the most part, I don't do outlines. Very small objects you can get away with. You kind of have to do outlines or they get too muddled with the background. Larger objects can. So anyways, neck. Say about there's how the shoulders are going. No, I want this beat forward. So this is going to be my middle line going down for forward. Boop, boop. Go down a bit. And the middle line for crotch. Give a little bit of curves, not much. And this is where I say pixel means a lot. That can either look, hey, female, reading the cinched waist, or emaciated. Well, actually that kind of works. Let me just take a few more. And then things start looking weird. Yeah, that works. So I know I have this down here, but let's go with a little bit of power stance. So over here, we'll have knee bent slightly and then go down this way. Looks a little girlish. Okay, let me just thicken the thighs, as you do. Yeah, I almost want to keep that there to go butt and then into thighs, but it doesn't work. It just looks like a weird pixel out of nowhere. Alright, so we have this. This foot can be reasonably facing forward. We need to put a little bit of toe on that. Yeah, that can stay. Go with this. Now if I expand the idle animation, I'd have it go a little up and down, but I want to bum rush this and get the rest of it. So arms is the thing to figure out here. I think I'm just going to go standard arms off to side. Let the rest of the animations tell the story. So down to here about. Those look nice. I'm going to just attach this up here so that I can keep that right there. There we go. And since this arm is going to be a little behind, that can stay there. And you either have to choose that this is here or this is one back. I think I'll go with that being right here. I'm going to do the time-honored classic of arms of same color behind and further away is a completely different color. Now how to do that, well, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to sort this by luminosity. And everything up here is technically darker. And there isn't a lot of great ones, so I'm going to go with this one. Also means that I should probably change leg to that as well. I don't like this ankle. I really don't like this ankle. Cheat to win. Okay. There we go. Not that we're going to keep it too long. We have to put some sort of armor on her. Speaking of cheat to win, let's just do this. I'm going to make a layer below it for the sole purpose of pasting this down, flipping it with Control H. I said flipping it with Control H. Sorry, Shift H. Let's move this right over here. We have picked a spot already. Fill it with that color and then merge down. I said merge down. There we go. And there we go. Everything we need to work with. Might want to get rid of this. Whoops. Either I'm going to do that. Let's go with it. So, there we have our base doll. Now, just because should put a little bit of stuff on it. Just for now. That looks a little bit horrible. Okay, there we go. Everything's set up. Let me get this back to an order that is pleasing. Now, the hard part is trying to get this to be recognizable as Virgil. Because that doesn't help a lot. Blue eyes, possibly. But the real thing that's going to work on this is the hair. I'm trying to see if that's going to be unrecognizable. Control G, not Control D. Shift G, not Shift G. Is it just G? Nope. Alright, I'm going to go with that for a second. Whoops. Second. Well, there are other terrible pixel artists who enjoy... You know, there used to be a catchphrase to looked down on games as, what was it, pixelated pornography? Yes, quite that. I want to go with light blue, just so this stands out from the hair for the speakers, as it's been called at this point. Have that. Actually, that's matching. Oops. And the twin tails, they should come out of here, but they won't read right. So I'm going to have them come out of here and be a bit back. Same for this side. Now the question of the day, does this read? A little bit better. I'm not going to go into Control H. Ah, there we go. Okay, that reads a little bit better. 100% not so much, but I like to live at 200 for sussing this out. Sadly, well, I say sadly, I'm going to try it now. Can I get the tongue in? The answer is no, but I must try. No. That's a big no. Now, at least to have a mouth there, basically works. Okay, so I have something to work off of. Bop. Moving over to the attack animation, which is, let me just do this. So, you have your head. You have your body turned. I think Arthur is planted like this. Very ambitious. I probably have a leg of about a minute on this. But I think I'm going to have a leg raised because that's cute. I'm going to have arm out here, and then the back arm going away. It's going to leave me open for a few things, but first things first, copy paste. This leg is being, I want to say it's going to be bent a little bit. So we're going to cut the leg off from there, move this one forward to about here. Yes, let's go here. So round that out, move it forward. But now here it comes, the one pixel that's going to annoy me. Let's square the circle. No, that looks worse. Anyways, I'll punt on that for right now. Have cutesy leg up because cutesy. And cute is justice, I believe is a phrase. Let's just work with that. This for now. Anyway, just remind myself, 3, 2, 1. And 3, 3, 1. So, 1, 2, 3, that's starting to get thinner. So it's 2 going down here. Bop, bop. And I think foot is just 3, yeah. So, same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. So either it's going to be here for the end of the thigh, and then knee's going to be here. So my mistake was moving it down. Whoops. So let's move that right here. And then diagonal, we'll use D&D rules. Does that read, this should probably be back one. Because we're shifting weight. I say I'm going to delete it like that. This arm is going to disappear entirely. And this one is going to come forward. Yes, I like that. Okay, so this is going to come forward. This is basically 2 all the way through. I'm just going to use red now to try and figure out where. In fact, I'm going to do the standard new layer. So I want to say right about here. Go down slightly. Boop, boop. And this can be out here until hand. Maybe a little bit back. There. And what's going to carry this is having the other arm in the background going back. And I'm going to cheat, as always. Cheat to win. Whoops. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm selecting the wrong one. That's why. So to show the turn, there we go. That is now the back arm. That can go into a lower layer. And I will add it in, move it over. I said lower layer. Please. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. That's why. Okay. Select. Move. I think we're going to have to tilt this just a little bit. Oh, look at those rotations. Aren't they lovely? Let's fix the monstrosity that we have created. And then work on the face next, because the face has to go a little more profile, which will be easy, quote unquote. So, merge this down. Remember, the thing with working with sprites is you're not trying to get this perfect, because you just won't. The basis of sprites is to get it readable. Because I could spend hours trying to do this and get nowhere, and nobody will care that I spent hours trying to do this. So, oh yeah, I'm changing this expression. It's going to be a love it or hate it thing. Oh, actually. Haha. I have ideas. Terrible, terrible ideas. They're always terrible. Okay, move that over. So that's been moved over to... Let's move this over to... Move the hair vents over to the front. To the front of class, everyone. Boop. Move this too. And there we go. What you expect from that sort of exertion. Now, since this has gone forward, we lose a little bit of readability on this. Probably should put that in there. Yeah, this looks odd. So, I think we're going to have to show that this is the back by using a little bit of color. Wow, I have no choices. There's no difference, mate. Okay. We'll use that. and try to show a bit of twisting with that back here. We can get rid of that one. Oh no, we can't. Or Virgil loses her butt. We don't want that to happen. So I don't like how there is a phantom line right there. Let me see how it looks like a 2. Let's add a little bit more of that. Can I put that here without it looking too off? I think the arm's a little long. Let's eat a pixel. I want to move this up 1. I think moving it up 1 will help. I lose a little bit of the curve, but... wait. I know one thing that'll help. I think the whole head needs to go forward 1. Can I shift click? I can shift click. Bop. I'm just going to line this a little bit. I know base... Yeah, there we go. That helps. Doesn't help with the rest of this. Well, it's only going to be for a single frame. It could look awful. You look at the face. This is the most important part of here. Oh yes, the butt is the most important. Because if she doesn't have that, well, the character's a little flat all around. We need to have the definitions in there. Otherwise, it's just a walking block. Yes. No slander. Okay. The hair vents might be hurting more than they're helping at this point. I think if I... Can I do this? No. We're stuck with them. Anyways. Okay. So, can I move this entirely? Nope, I can't. On to running animations, which will be a lot better. So copy this sucker. Move over. So the base of any movement animation should be able to go forwards or backwards. What I mean by that is that it should be able to go forward on the movement, it should be able to go backward on the movement, and read as actually like going forward. If you have actually, like 5 steps, you would be able to tell directionality. But with 3 steps, you don't get much of that. And it should also tween back to the idle animation, which is the basis of where everything else is going. So running animation on that should go well into attack animation or into jump animation. But that aside, we are running. Or at least meandering. So what I have laid out is down. I'm going to actually highlight this with color. So background, down, down. And I think in Super Metroid it was a switch back. So you would have effectively that, and then black down. Now how well I'm going to do on this, we'll have to see. Well, that's what this is for. Making terrible, ugly mistakes, and then laughing at ourselves. Yes. So, focusing on the back leg. So I'm sorry, Virgil. Oh, no, I want to be on this one. Let me also hit save. It's been a bit. Remember, save all the time. So we have amputated the leg to focus on the back one. So, have this draw over, be mostly under the middle of our center of mass. Bop. Good enough. Then our next one is going to be a little bit more tilted. So move this a little more. Pop. Go with this. And we're going to move this back one. And I'm going to raise the foot slightly. Cheating, but that will look like a raise. Yeah, let's go for that. And then for the final one, the full reversed 4 figure, where the foot is raised. It's going to have a bit of knee pointing out. So in order to do that, I'm going to cheat to win. Oh yeah, that's cheating to win. Look at that. Unrecognizable. But you know, if I get rid of that, there we go, that looks like a foot. And it's 2 width. Alright, dropping that right here. Going to trim a bit of that off. This is going to be in the back, so it probably isn't going to look like it's in there. So, because this is in this animation TIG, I can hit this. And we get this lovely little thing, and I will let you take that in for a minute while I sip on Boomer Juice. Burns all the way down. Alright, so half hour, we have half an animation. Sounds about good. Alright, now for front leg. So, I can actually steal a little bit from here using the magic wand. Go over here, because this is effectively turning profile as well. So, I want this to be a little more forward. I think that was part of my... No, actually, the first one in here. Yeah, the first one in here, after using cheaty rotations, I think I can even just enter in 90 straight in here, so I don't deal with anything too off. Yeah, so there we go. Have it work like that. Let me just trim the butt all the way through this, because it is a fake profile. Bop, bop, bop. And in this one, I want the full 4. So we declared that that's where we're sticking for profile. So here, here. So going to move down here. I guess this will be the kneecap. I don't like it because it's 1 pixel. And there we go. Also an idle pose. Decisions. Oh. Can't go too off model. Oh. Better. Mildly better. Yes, Boomer Juice. Very sus. So we have that. I have this go back down straight. I think this needs to tilt forward a little bit. So, with our rules in place, bop bop. I think this is going to be a landing animation, so let's get down here. Whoops, that's not where I wanted. Let's get down here. Have this daintily impact and have the foot turn just a little bit as I can with 3 freaking pixels. And there. So. I might want to move a little bit of the upper ones. Well, how does this look at 2? At 3? Yeah, that's video gamey enough. I want to, just for a little more emphasis, can I get away with this? This is going to bite me. Yeah. I am not a, well, I am a professional pixel artist. I've been paid. I am not a good pixel artist. I do what I can because I must. So we have that. So, good enough. This is good enough for now. And good enough is better than not working at all. So instead of spending another 2 hours on this, I'm going to do the fun part and have flailing arms. So let's dice up the arms a little bit. Move these over, or move these in, because we determined that this is slightly tilted. I can get rid of that. This part can go. And since this is mostly still in base position, some of us, yes, clearly some of us. So, since this is a little close to this, what I'm going to do is start having the, what do we want to call it? The girly arm motions, or the Steven Seagal arm motions. So I'm going to have this one go up first. This one can go up later. And it's going to go up here, and it's going to drop back down to normal. So effectively, right now, I'm going to copy this over. And yes, look it up if you will. This is not slander. Look up Steven Seagal runs like a girl. It is quite hilarious. Actually, I'm going to move, clean up these arms a bit so I don't have to worry about this later. I'm just going to put in what I'm going to call the baseline now. All right then. Nope, I don't want all that. For the hotkey people, I'm just smashing M and escape a lot. Yes. I will say, for one thing, if you ever notice, Steven Seagal never gets hit in his own movies. It's kind of weird. I mean, like, even Jackie Chan would be hit in his own movies, but not Steven Seagal. So, this is on the rise. So in this one, I am going to have... Oh yeah, the birds are being birds. Okay, that is going up. You enjoy the bird ASMR. Because at this point, you're going to just have to deal with it. There is no stopping these birds. They're going to... Oh wait, no. I can't go up that high. I'll tell you why I can't do that 2-pixel move. It might work, but when I hit play, it's going to be obvious that it just kind of like pops down 2. So I'm going to have a jiggle up 1, and then either do a little bit of a flex before it goes back down, but I cannot have it raise 2. The power of a single pixel. So, bop. And as I have mentioned before, it is 6 in the morning. Oh yeah, yeah. I can do a bird. Tweet, tweet, motherfucker. Nope. Don't like that. Ah, I know what solves this. So what I need to do is have the hand lag slightly. I don't like the disjointed fingers right there. Can I do this? No, I can't. A little bit. No, 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 that's doing a wiggle. This is going to suck. Prepare for the suckage. So we're going to mutilate this a little bit. And that's a little too much. So, because we're working with 1 pixel, my alternative is to move it in, which it then messes with this, which I mean later could be fixed by how we're going to be working with this. But, as it stands, I don't like that idea. No, it is not normal to be up at 6 a.m. streaming. What kind of mad person would do that? Everybody sleeps before they go to bed, clearly. Just a little bit. I'm going to go with rotation. I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to go with rotation again. So it's going to rotate up 1, hand's going to flex out, and then it's going to go back down. That's more believable than anything else at the moment. So let's pop over here. Let's get this in. Can I do a 45? Boop. 45. What does 45 get us? No. Minus 45? Oh, by the old ones. That is a rotation. Look upon its beauty. We know what it looked like before, but look at it now. There's not a trace of what it was in there. So, okay. I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet. We're going to have the arm come in like this. Obscure this, at least give us a little bit of motion looking like over the... choose your favorite top. Have this go up. Oh, I don't like that. Motion, not enough frames for motion lines. I mean, I can add them. They'll be a certain style, but not the style I look of. Just for you, though, I am going to do this sin. So, we're pretending it's going up. And then we're going to pretend it goes down. And then we're going to, then it's going to say it. So, if we have motion lines, it's going to do that. Which is a little interesting. Also, I did the sin of blinking. So, I will just explain this quickly. Blinking is when you have a pixel that moves back and forth. This isn't going to work because this is an odd number of frames, but you'll see the thing. It doesn't look like it's moving. It looks like one is blinking off and the other is blinking on. And that's a thing to watch out for. The power of a single pixel. Actually, I can use the E. Yes. Use your hotkeys. Everybody loves hotkeys. Nobody likes learning them, but everyone loves them. Whoops. Hitting delete twice will delete everything. Okay, so I have this. You know what? If I'm going to go full this, high impact, as has been put to some people, whenever you do an indie game, you do it fast, cheap, and high impact. So, what's the most high impact anime thing I can do here? That's right. The full Naruto run. I will not apologize for this. So, we're just going to have this be the middle frame. Out like this. cut this off a little bit. Okay, let's move everything forward, just so that it's reading as everything's moved forward. Move that over. I mean, tentacles can come later in multiple ways, but yes. And let's drop this down. 1. I suppose I also have to move the head forward 1. Also, the twin tails are uneven. Why did nobody tell me? Nothing's worse than uneven twin tails. Every one of my drawings has them. That's why they're so bad. Oh, that's why, because they got chopped off at some point. Gotcha. I'm going to... Yes. Yeah, we'll see if that's fixed later. That'll be fixed in post-production. And we'll have the arm in the background. Since this is effectively 3/4, and for those of you who do not know what a 3/4 is, this is full on. Assume that I made a triangle correctly. So the eyes go like this. This is a profile, because the eyes are facing this way. 3/4 is the best of both worlds and an artist's favorite trick, because people don't see that you can't draw anything symmetrical. So 3/4 is effectively, you have it facing at an angle. This would be the further side. This is the nose, so it's facing like this way instead of this way or this way. And then you throw your eyes on, and look, it looks absolutely better than everything else you did. Bop, bop. All right then. So I'm just going to have the hand in the background. We'll pretend that this is fading off slightly into the distance. And then the hand is right there. Oh, this is a thing of terror. All right, let me she'd approve of this. I'm going to cut her in half. There's your Guru quota. Gruesome. And we're just going to copy and paste like some sort of madman. Tentacle Sensei. That'll remind me for later. Okay, so now I can have a little bit of wiggle. So this one I'm going to have come back slightly. Hopefully it doesn't trigger too much of the strobing effect, but I'll have to deal. So this one has come down. Move over, nuke this, paste. Have this portion go back up slightly at about midway. And have this fully come back here. Oh, this is going to be glorious or terrible. Are you ready for this? All right then, let's brace for this terrible frames. Look at that wiggle. That wiggle's not nice. Back I should really be pushing it more. Whoops. I think I'm going to have to break my rule and for comedic effect have this just move a lot more. So I am moving this all the way back here, like this. No, wait, actually I should match that to the leg. When the back leg is all the way to the back, it should be back there. And then I should have it be a lot more out here for this. And let's just have it be floating down here. Oh yeah. The tentacle wiggle is a very tried and true animation technique for certain people. So let's focus on the back arm. No. We'll get somewhere. So, I have decided that this needs to be. So this is going to be the middle one. This is going to be a transition between both. So this one needs to be further down. And this one needs to be further up. It is so goofy. So I want this. This will go over Twin Tails. I'm sorry, Twin Tails. Your time will come. And let me just put this right here. Yeah, don't catch me. I think I'm onto something here. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, look at this. Clearly, this is a very basic running, walking animation. I'm just going to match ferocity for the back with this so that it looks about the same. So this one can stay right here. This is our basic. I think this will go down as well. So I'm going to copy this, move it down after I delete this. Well, move it down in chunks. Whoop. Come on, buddy. There we go. Got a little bit of it being weird here, but I will live with it. And this can go off. Yeah, I don't like the bottom one, but it's tracking. And there's one other thing that's going to make this look a little better. I think if I shave it off like this, it works with more. You know what? Okay, here's what I do. Boop, boop. And I get rid of this one. Blockiness of this one that makes everything look weird. So let's just do that and get rid of that. There we go. Now, the secret sauce is the squish. In animation, there is a few things. Oh yes. Clearly, she just needs to activate the devil trigger and she'll fly. There's a couple concepts in animation because, how to put it? So we have a ball here. I'm going to move this. And we can have this ball do a 3-frame bounce. So it works better and more, but I am not remaking this. So we wouldn't say that ball is bouncing. How to make the ball bounce is that we deform this with a squish. The squish gives impact that wouldn't normally be there. So this is clearly impacting an object, deforming, and that gives it a little more idea to our monkey brains that something is going on here. There's a few other techniques such as anticipation, which I don't have the frames for. I do not have the frames for. How do I know about this? I watch too much stuff online, and I have the Animator's Survival Guide, I believe it is. Gold standard. Anyways, we have the flailing, so now we must squish the Virgil, like you would squish a cat. So, squish. Squish even more. Okay. Whoop. I should use the macro tool. And you will see the absolute difference that this does. It's also why everything I draw ends up squishing itself. Oh no, her neck's gone. But yes, prepare. Look at that. I need to have the butt move too a little bit. That is true flail running. Yes, the butt really does need to move. I'm going to have them flail a bit. I think that is the honest solution to this. I need to have them flail a bit and be like, pulled back to show directionality. There we go. Look at it. It is a thing of terrible beauty. I need to fix that one arm. It's a little long. I think I need to trim off a pixel. But yes, ooh-ah. So, now then. The next part is the twin tails. Because I want them to flail a little bit. So, once again, I'm having this be my middling frame. So, only going to move these out just a little bit. So I can delete the, this one I'm going to move 2 over. Boop, boop. The further one I'm not going to deal with too much. The real one that's going to change everything is the one that does the silhouette, which is the nearer twin tail. So I am going to copy pasta this. Bop. Oh, it moved down 1. Fling this out a little bit. And the last one I'm going to have it curve back in. Oh no, it is over arm. I will be destroying arm. How will I ever forgive myself? Did I copy that correctly? No, I did not. Okay, so we have this. And I wanted to curve in a little bit, so I'm going to have this bounce up, because it's more believable that it will constrict on this. And only issue is that it's now probably not the right word. It is intersecting with this arm, so I might have to change its direction so it doesn't get lost in there. So let's just move this a little bit. And watch. Ah, we have some good old-fashioned blinking. So these pixels aren't doing too much here, but they're causing some oddities with all the rest of this, because this looks static right here. So what I need to do is move it. So I'm just going to deform the mass a little bit, exaggerate, and hope everything works better. Probably not all the way out there. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it doesn't look like it's standing still anymore. Maybe not the best. Do I want to go full horizontal twin tail? You know what? Yes. Let's go with that. This is very easy. You know, you just select it and you rotate. Never be married to your idea. Never be Oh, I want H. There we go. Never be too worried to kill your darlings, if it makes everything else work better. So while that was a good idea, it doesn't have enough impact. And this is so small, I need as much impact and readability as possible. Anything can be taken from this. Impact and readability is better than actual good physics. So this is streaming out this way. Let's have it wiggle up like this. And then let's have it bounce down. The physics don't quite matter too much. Have the flail like this. There we go. Let's see how this works. Ah, yes, this is the ticket. This is clearly the ticket here. The bounce is forward, so it's backward motion, but yeah. Now let's just match that to the other one, which is pretty much just going to have it disappear, to be honest. So, boop. We can have it show up slightly here. No, we don't have it show up. We are basically just having that block there morph and deform. And also gives us a little more access to the back arm flail. So, boop, boop. There we go. I think this has come together. What do you guys think? Oh, sorry. Hitting save paused it. Putting some armor on should help a little bit, but I believe right now this is pretty good. Now I'm on track for getting the jump poses, since those should be easy. In fact, we'll be able to steal from this for the jump poses, which is even better. So, I say I'm going to steal. So we start with this, and because jumping, while it would be up here, we have to keep in mind that this is just a normal sprite and that's going to be moving around. So we have this, and I am going to steal liberally from these items right here. Oh crap, I pasted it here. There we go. A sprite has some issues with pasting. If you control everything, it makes a new frame. It is terrible. I dislike it. So, there we go. That's the arm I want. So cut these out. I think I need a little bit of that shoulder there, though. There we go. So, the jump animation in Ghouls and Goblins is something special. It's like literally just arms and legs go out. So, I am going to take this, flip it. Oops, I didn't want that. What is that? What are you doing? Flip it and rotate it 90. Negative 90. So it's going to be ha, and then with the knees in, and then ha with the legs out. See, that almost looks like jumping right there, but it's got to be more silly. In fact, you know what? I like it so much. I hit the wrong button, didn't I? There we go. I like it so much. I'm just going to cut those out a little bit. Oh wait, yeah, not wand. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to keep this the same. It looks funnier that way anyways. And then okay, one second. I'm going to cut you, put you over here, and then rotate you 90. Other 90. No. Go over here, please. Yes. Hop like bunny. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to cheat to win. When working on your own stuff, never be afraid to use cheap tricks if it gets the job done. If you're working on your masterpiece, use your own discretion. But if you just need something done, it's something done. I think this should be a little higher. I should match this a little bit. Boop. There we go. So first jump, and then double jump. And I think to better reflect somehow jumping in air. Yes. Ruffle the twin tails a little bit, because twin tails are expressive. Ruffle them when needed. So it goes like this. Then imagine 5 feet up. Then imagine over here. Going down, the issue with that, so that might be a different state. Because the main jump is you're going to be going up. So twin tails have to be obeying gravity. Because if you jump up and you're going up and twin tails are like this, it's going to look weird. So in fact, I am going to make a second set off of this. Let us duplicate this. Let us also duplicate this. You are still just 7. Whoops, that's not the thing. You are 9. And we're going to take this as jump down A. So, whoops, that's not the right key. Shift V is what I am looking for. So I'm going to move that off one so I can delete that single pixel and then fit it into here. And since we don't have to obey all physics, there's the pixel. Same with this. I'm going to actually move it off to the side. Boom. Oh wait, I got these mixed up. Oh no, what will I do? I will paste it in its new layer. Delete this, move over, copy. Okay, that's down, and that is up one. Always check your layers. Okay. Oh yeah, once again, if you copy the entire thing, it decides to create a new frame. So I'm going to have a bit of cleanup, because sprite hates me. Okay. So jump A. That's going down. Jump A, B going up, jump B going down. I can nuke these. Goodbye, tag frame. Yes. But flailing twin tails is fun. Okay. Shift H, Shift V. And move that on over. Actually, no, I think I'm going to slightly change it. The other one's going to look more extreme, which is good. Good for readability. Oop. How many down are you? You're down 3. Boop. Boop. Delete you. No, I still need you. Yep, that lines up. Yeah, So you jump up, whoop, 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 whoop. Then you fall down. Up, 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 up. Good enough. It should probably be a little more fluffy down here. Go up. Up, 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 up. Fall down. Up, 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 up. Should also be a little more fluffy over here. Okay. And that is the basics of doing sprite animation. And at least, well, sprite sheeting and all that. So we have our idle animation. You can go into our attack animation. You can go into our running animation. Oh, wait, why do... Oh, we have an extra one in there. 1 second, we have an imposter. We need to get rid of it. Vent. Oh, or I mean, eject. We stop, we go into this animation. Or at the end, we just start do a jump. Then a double jump. Then we're falling down. Then we're back into our idle animation. All the basics you need. The only other thing I need in here is a hit animation. So I will do that. New frame. Come on, buddy. So, let's see. Let's raise this bit of arm. Flip it over. Nope, wrong one. Nah, this can stay out like this. So, how to best show impact? I think we're just going to start off with everybody's favorite eyes. She's going to be like this 90% of all movement. And the cheap way is to just... So I'm pretty sure in ghouls and goblins and all that, you just kind of explode. So move like this. Fix the hip. Move this leg forward. No, I've determined that there's a bit of blue there. So we could say that's hit animation. It's going to be there for like literally 2 frames. Don't need to think about it too much. Okay. And there we have it. Basic, everything's covered. I'm not going to do climbing animation because I want to go and lay down for an hour or more. So that's where we're left off with. Not much else to cover, so thank you all for coming. This has been embracing the scuff, the joy of scuffing. Totally nothing else left to do in this. Totally nothing at all. So I think I'm just going to leave you shortly. And will this continue? I don't know at this point. What I can say is that I'll have to spend 20 minutes trying to figure out how to post this again to Twitter, because Twitter and GIFs of pixel quality are interesting, shall we say. But it'll get done. I'll put up the sprite sheet. I'm not so far gone as to try and make an engine out of this. Nah. I need bad gimmicks in order to stream, or at least ideas. And yeah. And yes, I want to finish up this gimmick that I'm totally not talking about in the background that's happening before I go. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. There could be a lot better ways to do this. I chose the worst one. It just needs to be gross. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much, and have a good rest of whatever the day is for you. I need an ending screen. That isn't a fake schedule. Maybe later. Goodbye.